how this is gonna work is I'm gonna do this top picture with you guys. I'm gonna walk you guys through this one step by step. And then, because I'm not close to it. And then you guys are gonna work on either of these on your own. So we'll do this top one together. You're getting graded on doing the top one. And then you can choose between these two, but you have to do one of these two on your own. Okay. So how we're gonna do this is, the point of a grid drawing is so that you focus on all of your, focus on the basic shape that's in each individual square rather than focusing on the whole picture itself. So you can work any way that you want to. I usually work from left to right and then work my way down. So I do like my top row and then go back and do all of my rows that way. So that's how I'm gonna do it with you guys, but it's up to you. Okay, so in this first box, you have this little circle. It starts right about here. So usually when I do it, I usually try to mark on here where my shape meets the line first. So that's how I start. You can use any of your pencils that you want to. Okay. Then moving on, so it's the same shape, it's just at a different point in the square. So once again, marking down here kind of where it meets the line. Okay, and it's okay if you have to go in and erase a little bit, change a few things. We're trying to make sure that it's as accurate as possible. So you are being graded on how similar it is to the picture that you're drawing from. So you want to make these as proportionate as you can. Okay. Okay, then moving our viewfinder over to our third square up here, we just have this shape here. So how you would do this one is, it goes to each of the corners, so I would just mark kind of where the highest point of that arch is what I would mark, which is right in the middle, and then I would draw that arch in. Okay. Then if you look over, this next square is empty, so we're just gonna leave that one. Okay. Moving down to our next square. So it's the same shape as the one above it, it's just in the upper corner instead of the lower corner. And it goes to right about here. Okay, next one, this next square has quite a bit of shape, so it's easier if you focus on each shape individually. So we have this, we'll finish up our circle first. And then you can start to look at this shape. So the easiest way to do this is probably to find where this line here is going to hit on your line. So I'd say that's right about here. Maybe a little bit lower than that. Okay. And then draw that. I would draw out this horizontal line first. And then your arch comes down from the corner to this side. Oops. Then we have our smaller triangle shape. So I would just put like a little point here. This is kind of where the point of my triangle is gonna hit. If you look at the distance between these shapes, this is about where that would go. And then you're going right from just about the corner here is where this angle starts. So right about here. And then drawing that line to the point that you made. And then you'll notice that this line isn't quite straight up and down. There's a little bit of an angle to it. Okay. Our next one. So this is just a U shape. And I would mark where that high point is again. So it's probably gonna go to right about here. And it's right in the middle, so it's a pretty even curve. And then making sure that this horizontal line, that the arch goes to that side. So you want to make sure that they're pretty even apart from each other. Then we're going to draw in this triangle, which hits right in the middle. And once again, marking where that point will be. Okay, then we're gonna do the same shape we did over here on this side, just the opposite way. So it's gonna go down, come down from the corner. Oops. We're gonna draw the horizontal line first. And then it comes down from the corner there. All right, so we're at the halfway mark. Are we all caught up with me? We're feeling good? Okay, on to our next line. So third line, if you look at this shape, it just simplifies it into basically a triangle. So you're gonna come from this line here, figure out where your point hits, which would be right about here. Figure out where your point is gonna hit on the line down here. So right about here. And then draw in those lines. Okay. On to the next one. So if you put your viewfinder like this, instead of it seeming so complicated, you can see that it looks like just two basic shapes here. So you have this shape and then this little triangle in the corner. You could even take, if you need to, take a piece of paper to hide that other part of it. So we're gonna draw this line down to right about there. And our triangles are probably gonna meet, I would say, here. Okay, then on to our next one. So this one is just basically two triangular shapes that go from the corner to this point. So these ones are this one's pretty easy. We're going from this corner to our line up here. And then our next one is blank again. So we're moving down to our last line. So this one in the corner is just a tiny little triangle in your corner. Okay. Then our next one, we got two little triangular shapes. So this is gonna go to right about here. And then we're just gonna finish this line up here. Oops. All right, and then we're gonna do our little triangle that happens here. So that line's gonna hit probably right about here. You might want to mark it on both sides because you're going to need that line on the other one. And then it goes out about this much. And then drawing that angle down from your corner. Okay. Third box on the bottom is just a straight line across, so you're just continuing that line across. And then our last square is that same triangle, just flipped to the other side. So coming down from here. There we go. All right. And that is your first grid drawing. And now you can work on one of the other two on your own. So you could work on either your 3D shapes at the bottom or your Winnie the Pooh. You have to complete one of these on your own.